We are live. We'll just wait for a few minutes and let this roll out across Facebook and YouTube. We're going live on Facebook and YouTube. So we'll just roll it out, wait for a few seconds, let it to roll out and people to be notified and people to jump on to listen to this incredible opportunity that our interns are going to be able to be part of. So I'm just going to start off. So as usual, everyone that's coming on, we're going live utilizing StreamYard. So in the comments section, there is a link for StreamYard. Now, if you're wanting to ask questions or comment, then what you need to do is click on that link and give permission for Facebook to see your name, and then I'll be able to see your questions and your comments as well. Okay, so let's kick it off. Now, this is an exciting part, and all Industry Connect's really excited about what our partnering company, MVP Studio, who run our internship step of our 3-step process. Now, MVP Studio have an incredible project that is a recognized award-winning project, and it's called BIt.Country. And today, I've got Shannon Christie, who is a co-founder and CTO of BIt.Country. He's here with us today to give us a bit of an overview of what BIt.Country is actually about, as well as when our interns can start to be a part of this, because it's a really exciting project. So much for joining us, Shannon. Thank you for your time. Welcome.
Yeah. No, that's all good. Thanks, Karla. It's good to be here to talk a little bit about the project and talk a bit about the internship part and everything as well. So interested to cover some of that on the stream today.
Awesome, fantastic. So let's just kick it off. Let's start from the kind of, give us a little bit of overview. What is BIt.Country?
Okay, all right, sure. Yeah, so BIt.Country is a project that's really about kind of revolutionizing and changing how social engagement can be done between influencers or KOLs, which is key opinion leaders. So at this stage, of course, for a lot of those influencers, they have their communities and they have them getting involved in what they're doing and so on. And we really want to be able to change that up. We want to kind of mix it up and add some new things in there that haven't really been seen or done before, that weren't really possible before some of these, as we're calling them, Web3 technologies like blockchain. So now with things like blockchain that we're dealing with, you've probably already been hearing about some of those things these days in terms of mainstream knowledge of it. But yeah, it really allows us to handle some of the things like kind of the trustless nature, being able to give people ownership in something that really wasn't possible before in the more centralized approach. So we wanted to give these influencers a way to have almost like an autonomous community. It could be a case of everyone can come in. You could define these different rules or these incentives and so on. And when people do these actions, they would be rewarded with it. And that would also help to increase the kind of ownership in the community as well, giving them some power, some control, ability to have a say in how it goes. And they have that special place, essentially. You know, you create your virtual world. It has the theme, it has the culture, it has a style that fits your community. So that's kind of what BIt.Country is about, having that kind of a bit traditional 2D timeline, some marketplace, some things like that, and also this 3D world where you can go and have your NFTs or these non-fungible tokens, which could be art pieces, it could be all sorts of things for people to see. So yeah, I think that gives a little bit of an idea on BIt.Country at this stage.
It's quite exciting, isn't it? Because I mean, obviously, when you start talking about like virtual world and you know these influencers being able to build out their kind of country, there's so many things you could do within that. Yeah, that's really exciting. And so this project BIt.Country, and I know you guys are doing a lot of work as well, right as we speak. So I won't keep you too long. Yeah. So with BIt.Country and our step 2 of our Job Ready program is an internship with MVP Studio, and this is one of the projects. At what point can the interns kind of engage this? Have you guys worked that out and everything? What kind of point?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. Thanks, Karla. So as it stands currently, we are actually looking at evaluating and potentially changing the flow a little bit. But pretty much when people get over into the internship, once they've had a bit of an opportunity to learn some technologies and things, of course, that's part of the reason why, like, the parent company of VP Studio partnered with Industry Connect. We're really happy with the technologies that they're teaching and what you'd be learning during the training with them, that we feel confident when you come onto the internship that you're able to get involved in the projects. We don't necessarily just say anyone can get involved in the project. That could be causing a lot of trouble, a lot of work and things like that. So having that training from Industry Connect, come over into the internship with MVP Studio. At this stage, once you've gone a little bit further with the internship with MVP Studio, you've done like our onboarding tasks, you've done kind of like competition tasks, advanced tasks, and things like that. Then you're able to get involved with the BIt.Country project at that stage. So we've opened it up for a lot of people to kind of show their interest to get involved in the project. MVP Studio does have a lot of different projects in development, but BIt.Country is our biggest one at the moment that we're putting all of our focus and our time and our effort in. And yeah, there's lots of room for people to get involved there and to work in the project. So at this stage, it's kind of, once you've been in the internship for a while, once you've finished some of those tasks, so you're probably looking, after being in on average kind of about 2 months or so, then you have the opportunity to jump over to BIt.Country. As I kind of mentioned, we're looking at kind of evaluating whether we can move it a bit earlier in the process. So I don't necessarily want to promise too much at this stage. But we are looking at potentially evaluating if that could be a thing to get people involved in it a bit sooner and have that opportunity to work on a project like this.
Yeah, totally understand that you're just evaluating at the moment, because what you guys are doing is kind of like next level kind of stuff. So totally understand that. That's awesome. So I had a question and it's gone out of my head. Isn't that always the fact? It was a really good one. Oh yes. So with BIt.Country, and it's all about like, development, but is it just for software developers, or would you have your testers and BI data analysts involved as well in there?
Yeah, everyone gets involved in all the different aspects for BIt.Country. So already as it is, we have business intelligence and data analysts working on the project as well. We have testers working away on the project, and of course we have the developers. So with pretty much any kind of big project or platform or service or whatever, you need the 3 different aspects to it, and BIt.Country is no different in that regard. We have a lot of data that we need to be able to understand, so that we can find out what's going on, what works, what doesn't work, and so on. So the business intelligence team is already working on the data warehouse for BIt.Country, setting up the ETL processes and so on, and then working on the dashboards and reports. The testing team, of course, we absolutely need that to make sure that the quality is there. We need to make sure that when people are getting onto the platform, getting onto BIt.Country, that we're not going to have an unpleasant user experience, that any of those things are missed. So it's really important to have people work in each part. So yeah, all of the roles are available on BIt.Country. All of them are kind of using interesting and new technologies and things as well that you use in the industry, of course. So for example, like with software development, it's using things like ASP.NET Core, using the most kind of up-to-date with the .NET framework, using MongoDB for the database, using cloud services like AWS and Azure for different aspects of the platform as well. That's something that the software developers are going to get involved in. For the front-end aspect, we're using React, using Ant Design and things like that. And some of those aspects you'll be learning as you go when you get into the internship, when you get over to the stage, learning some of those new technologies. For testing, it's still continuing with things like Selenium and C# and so on, maybe a sprinkle of Cypress, which as that's starting to become a little bit more of a thing to look at. But the primary part is still Selenium. Of course, with BI, it's interesting approaching, since the data is in MongoDB, it's a little bit of an unusual approach to deal with that into your SQL Server as you're kind of like used to dealing with.
Wonderful. Awesome. This is exciting. I'm so excited for all of our participants, and obviously they become interns, to be part of something that is, it's a global thing. We've got to put it out there, okay, everyone? This BIt.Country is a recognized global award winning. We've got to say that, because I'm so proud, and all the Industry Connect team are really proud of all of you guys at MVP Studio and the whole team and what you guys have achieved so far. And we're looking forward and watching as you guys, go through and launch things and everything like that. So that's really exciting. And we just want to say congratulations to all of you again.
Thanks,
Yeah, it's just amazing, and we're so excited for what's to come that our interns can be part of, that they can say they've been part of. Now that's a big thing.
Yeah,
they get to say that on their CV.
That's definitely a really big thing, as well as that. Like with BIt.Country, we recently closed our seed round with funding, where it was $4 million US raised. We had about 56 or so different investors getting involved from all around the world. So we got people getting involved from Asia, from Europe, from America, and they're just kind of getting involved in every aspect. We're also recognized by Karla Innovation as well, in terms of some of the funding for the development, supported by the Web3 Foundation, because BIt.Country is a blockchain project. There is that aspect to it as well. When you do the internship, you'll be focusing on kind of the API and the data and the UI and the front end and things like that. There is also kind of like that blockchain aspect in the background, which there may be some possibility to see some of that, but you'll definitely be learning how that technology works, how it all fits together. And having that kind of experience on your CV, I think, is going to be very valuable, because people can see that this is a big project. It has people working all around the world, and that's a lot of meaningful experience for a lot of people when you can add that to your CV.
It really kind of like puts a massive stamp on there, that says, this person worked in something that wasn't this little project. It's a global thing. So, that's just so amazing that we can all kind of like be part of this. And I'm just really excited. That's why I was excited to have you on here. And I was like, oh my gosh, everyone has to know about this. So, well, everyone that's watching or will be watching this replay, if you are interested in one of our job ready programs, now one of our job ready programs that we have are software developer, test analyst, or business intelligence data analyst. And our next intake is on the 21st of June. And these weeks are flying by. So before you know, it'll be the 21st of June. So if you have registered before and you would like to talk to someone and look at joining the 21st of June intake, please just email info@industryconnect.com. That's info@industryconnect.com. If you haven't registered before, pop over to our website, which I'll put in our comments. Click on there, register your interest, and one of the team will be in touch with you. Now, before we go, Shannon, and thank you so much for sharing this exciting news, where can people have a little look? I know you guys got a website. So what website? Tell us what that website is, and I'll pop that into the comments as well.
Okay, all right. So if you go to BIt.Country, and dot as in like a full stop or period, that would be the URL to check out. That's where you can find out a lot of the details about BIt.Country project. On there, you'll also be able to see all the things like Twitter and the different groups that we have available if you want to stay up to date in terms of what the project is doing. So yeah, that would definitely be the first place I'd recommend going and checking out, is that URL. So maybe I can share the screen as well if you want.
Oh, that would be wonderful if you could do that. I think some people would be really interested.
let me see how this works. Okay, I click this button and I go to here. This looks promising. Hopefully you can see my screen starting to show up. Okay. Well, I can see a black screen at the moment.
You should be able to.
Let me just try this again just to double check that it's going to work the way I expect it to. Okay. Try once more. plays up again, then we'll just have to rely on sending the link to everyone. Okay.
Here we go.
That looks better this time. And has it played up again? Because I think it might have. If you can still see it, that's good. So yeah, there's the, you can't see it. Okay. It seems it doesn't like when I swap it around. So you saw it briefly there. That is the site to check out. You'll be able to find out all the details on how to stay up to date with the project. And yeah, it definitely is exciting to be able to contribute back to the community, to do the internship as part of the partnership with MVP Studio and Industry Connect. And for you to be able to apply the tools and the technologies that you learned during the training in a commercial environment, in somewhere that is global, that is recognized like BIt.Country. So as it is at this stage, of course, we already have quite a few interns working on the project. It's really great to see that opportunity for them to kind of grow and to learn more. And yeah, really look forward to having more people getting involved in the future to have that ability to contribute to something open source like BIt.Country and such.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much again, Shannon, for your time. We will release you. I know you've got a lot of things on. So thank you so much for your time and sharing everything. So everyone, our next intake, again, 21st of June. If you have registered before, then please don't register again. Just email info@industryconnect.org. If you want to check out BIt.Country, the link is in the comments, www.bit.country. Check it out. It's really cool. Thanks, everyone, for watching, and we'll catch you again soon.